What's been your experience with this on the digital analytics agency side?
I mean, it definitely exists. And I think the first thing to recognize, and this isn't looking for any sympathy for us or any other agency owners, but running an agency is really, really difficult. You know, being able to predict future revenues, and obviously you want to, well, most agencies want to develop long-term relationships with their clients, but then you're in this tough spot of, do we purposefully keep them immature so they're relying on us, or do we trust in our skills and services to take them to other levels and get them more and more elite? And we've kind of chosen that latter version, and the type of customers that we want to work with are the ones that want to be the most elite. And I think we've talked about the analogy of, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, etc., at the top of their game, still had a coach. It's not like you get to the top of your game and you don't need a coach anymore. And so that's the way we've kind of looked at it. Others have not. And in order to ensure kind of a long term livelihood with a client, rather than focusing on being kind of a coach that helps their clients get to an elite level, and it's often, but I don't want to say it's the majority there, but there are a handful of agencies that choose tactics that lock their clients into their ecosystem. And whether that's through software, through licensing, we've seen this happens, or used to happen quite a bit on the Google side, where the agency actually owned the Google accounts for their clients. And I said, well, if you leave, you lose all your data because we own your accounts, or it could be through proprietary systems or softwares. I remember, oh geez, maybe this was 8 years or so ago, we worked with a client that was deeply, deeply dependent on an agency because they were processing all of their data. And it was this hidden system that they had no idea how it worked, what it did, how it was manipulating the data. And I think that was by design because they couldn't walk away. And so it does happen. And not to say there are times where it's not so by design. There may be times where there is some lock in and it just kind of organically happens, but I think more often than not it's absolutely by design. Create these systems, processes, software, contractual, what have you, where the whole design is to lock customers in. And it's just a red flag, right? And it's like with any other things in life. If you're getting locked into some kind of long-term thing that you can't get out of, or you're highly dependent on with no more options, it should raise some questions around, is this the right thing for me? And then a lot of times it's not. I think this kind of mentality to me set in really, really early when I was in college. I think I was looking at joining a local gym, and one gym had like, a month-to-month contract, one had like a year contract, and this one gym had like a 4-year contract. And I'm like, what the hell? And the one that had the 4-year contract was the dumpiest piece of crap. Like, people were unhappy, but they didn't care, right? They had really good salespeople that locked people into this system and they couldn't get out, and so they had their money. So not to say that there isn't value to having kind of long-term commitments, but if you're purposefully creating something to keep someone locked in, it should be a red flag, especially in the analytics landscape when dealing with vendors. You should have the opportunity to move around if that is available to you.